What's up, guys? Back again. Today was some squat and deadlift training, a little bit of rowing. And last night, before I went to bed, I envisioned myself um, squatting 500 for a triple. And I convinced myself that today it was going to happen. So there's 410 for three without a belt. I've done 500 for three before, but it was an epic grinder. 10 and a half on the RPE scale. I mean, it was ugly. If you look back a little ways in my YouTube, you'll see it. And I was just determined to take 500 for three and make it a lot easier than last time, get a legitimate 9 out of it. So went big, and as you see in this set, it was not a 10 like it was last time. My setup was a lot better than it was last time. Speed's a lot better, a lot tighter. Definitely not as loose as I was last time. Didn't pop ammonia for this. Didn't get too psyched up. Just really focused on getting down, getting up, staying tight. As you can see, I'm very happy about it. And that's the up. Now here's the down. As you can see, 475 for triple, the combination of bad technique and lack of conditioning does me in. This first rep is just awful. I mean, I was disgusted with myself. I just got really loose, spent way too much energy on it. You can see my disgust there. Second rep is slow. Third rep is equally as ugly. I mean, just an all-around horrible set. Much harder than it should have been. My elbows went backwards. It was just bad news. So I decided to call it a day there. I was obviously not going to follow through with my best technique. Then we had some pause deadlifts. Started off easy without my belt again. You know, I was feeling high after getting the 500 for a triple, and I decided that I was going to see how hard I could push my pause deadlift. So as you can see, 405, easy, like it should be. 455 for a triple here. Really easy. I try to pause these as close to the ground as I can. You'll see some people that pause below the knee, but I like to make them a little bit tougher by just breaking them from the floor a couple inches, stopping, and then finishing the lift. Here's 500 for a triple, and I knew as soon as I did this, as soon as this happened, as soon as this set was done, I knew I was going to push this lift harder than I'd ever pushed it before, because this was really easy. There we go, boom. 7 RPE. I'm going for a PR. I decided what looks cooler than a 25 on each side, so 545 it was. My technique was not perfect on these, I have to say. I was a little loose, a little looser than I'd like to be, but it was still a big PR for me, more than I've ever done on this lift by 45 pounds. You can see in that third one I got a little loose. Here's a big hold, grip strength. Almost tore my callus off there. Let it go. Here's my load drop set. 515 for three, which was probably harder than my 545 for three, if I'm being honest with you. I was just gassed. Conditioning needs to improve big time. I got to really start getting committed again to conditioning. I've really got lazy with it in the past few months. So next we got some Pendlay rows, and I see a lot of Pendlay rows on YouTube, and it bugs me because people are just doing what accounts to a really sloppy row from the floor, and that's not a Pendlay row. If you notice, my hips don't move this entire time. I'm using just my lats, and obviously my arms a little bit as a lever. You know, they're doing a little bit of stuff there, but I'm using my lats to break it from the floor. I'm not driving my feet through the floor. I'm trying to keep my hips out of it. And that's why I'm not using that much weight. Although I've never been a great rower, I see guys, 150-pound guys using 225, and it looks like basically what accounts to a Yates row from the floor. And that's not the point of this exercise. The point of this exercise is to build lat strength from a dead stop in the floor. Theoretically, should help your deadlift. I mean, any lat work is going to help your deadlift. So I also think this is a big exercise that's going to help improve my bench because it simulates the same movement, just in a different plane. Boom, right to the sternum, just like that. As you can see, the speed's getting slower and slower. And I decide to terminate these whenever I can't consistently touch my sternum. You'll see the rep speed will slow down as we go on here. It will get pretty brutal. Last couple reps don't touch. So I call it a day.